The bathroom door is locked. Jordan's heart hammers against his ribs, every thud loud enough to give him away. He can hear voices on the other side. Natalie's, tight and controlled. And Carol's, sharp with suspicion. "Where is he?" Carol demands. "Who?" Natalie's voice is ice. Professional. The same tone she uses with difficult parents at the clinic. "Don't play dumb. I saw his car 2 blocks over. The videographer intern." Jordan. Silence. Jordan presses his back against the tile wall, bare feet cold on the bathroom floor. His jeans are still on the bedroom floor. His shirt smells like Natalie's perfume, sandalwood, and something floral he can't name. He's 28 years old, hiding in his supervisor's bathroom like a teenager caught sneaking out. You're 46. He's a Times child asterisk. This is professional suicide. If the board finds out you're sleeping with an intern, he's not an intern anymore. His placement ended last month. So, you Times waited asterisk? How noble. Footsteps. Carol moving deeper into the apartment. Where's Jason? At his father's. For the weekend. More silence. Jordan can picture Carol's face, calculating, pitying. "I'm not asking you to leave," Natalie says quietly. The words hit Jordan like glass shattering, the same words she whispered 3 hours ago. Tangled in sheets. Her face inches from his. "But you should," Carol finishes. "Before this destroys you." Jordan waits 20 minutes after Carol leaves. When he finally emerges, Natalie is sitting on the couch, still fully dressed despite the late hour. Her silk blouse is wrinkled. Her dark hair, threaded with silver she never bothers to dye, falls loose around her shoulders. "I'm so scared you'll leave me," she says without looking at him. Jordan crosses the room. Kneels in front of her. Takes her hands. They're cold. Always cold lately. Like her body can't hold heat the way it used to. "I'm scared you'll ask me to leave," he says. She finally meets his eyes. Hers are wet. "Why would I ever?" "Because I'm 28. Because your son is 8. Because your best friend thinks I'm ruining your life. Because staying with me means risking everything you've spent 2 decades building." She cups his face. Her palms are rough from years of hand-washing at the clinic. "Tell me the story," she whispers. "From the beginning. So I can remember why we're doing this." So, he does. Jordan met Dr. Natalie Chen on his first day at the Portland Children's Speech Therapy Clinic. She was his clinical supervisor, the person evaluating whether his practicum hours would count toward his graduate certificate in pediatric therapy videography. He was supposed to film sessions, document interventions, learn the field. He was not supposed to notice the way afternoon light caught the silver in her hair. "Jordan Hayes?" She extended a hand. Professional, firm grip. "I'm Dr. Chen. You'll shadow me for the next 12 weeks. Thank you for taking me on." "Don't thank me yet." A ghost of a smile. "I have high standards." She did. For the first 3 weeks, she barely spoke to him outside of clinical notes. He filmed sessions kids with apraxia, selective mutism, stuttering. She was extraordinary with them. Patient but firm, never condescending. She spoke to a 7-year-old with the same respect she'd give a colleague. He learned her routines. Coffee at 7 a.m. Black. 2 sugars. From the machine in the break room, because the good stuff was too expensive for daily use. Lunch at her desk. Usually leftovers. Once, he caught her eating cold dinosaur-shaped nuggets straight from a Tupperware. "My son's breakfast," she explained, not embarrassed. "Hate wasting food." She rubbed her left wrist when she was tired. Old carpal tunnel injury from grad school. Never complained. She was the last to leave every night. Locked up the clinic herself. Checked every door twice. He noticed anyway. Jordan was packing up his equipment. Natalie was reviewing notes. The 8-year-old client had just left with her mother. "You're good at this," Natalie said suddenly. Jordan looked up. "Sorry?" "The way you film. You don't just capture data. You capture times, moments, asterisk. That's rare." Something in his chest unlocked. "I try to see people, not just subjects." She studied him. Really looked. For the first time, not as a supervisor evaluating an intern, but as a person seeing another person. "How old are you, Jordan?" 28. "God." She exhaled. Laughed softly. Sad. "You're younger than some of my grad school transcripts. Does that matter?" "It should. But does it?" She held his gaze. He could see the exact moment she decided to lie. Yes, she said. It does. But her hand trembled slightly when she gathered her papers. Week 6. Jordan ran into her at Powell's on a Saturday. She was in the poetry section. Mary Oliver. Rumi. A worn copy of Ocean Vuong's Times, Night Sky with Exit Wounds asterisk. Research? He asked. She startled. Closed the book. I come here to think. About? She studied him. Calculation behind her eyes. Whether I'm brave enough to want something I shouldn't? His pulse quickened. And? Still deciding. They walked through Powell's for an hour. Past the rare book room where she used to hide as a teenager. Through the orange room where she'd bought textbooks for her master's degree before Jason was born. She told him about her ex-husband Jason's father, who left when their son was 2 because being a father was harder than he thought. He sends checks, she said flatly. Takes Jason every other weekend. Thinks that makes him present. What do you think? I think my son deserves better. But you make do. They stopped at the cafe. She ordered tea. He ordered coffee. I'm 46, she said suddenly. 18 years older than you. Old enough to be your… She stopped. I have a son your age. Almost. If I'd had him young, I'm not scared of age gaps. You should be. People will judge. Let them. She stirred her tea. You don't understand what you're asking for. Then tell me. She looked at him. Fear and want warring in her expression. I'm tired, she said quietly. All the time. My body doesn't work the way it used to. I have gray hair, I don't die because I don't have time. I have stretch marks from carrying Jason. I have crow's feet and laugh lines and sun damage from forgetting sunscreen in my 20s. Okay. You're listing things like they're supposed to scare me off, aren't they? He leaned forward. I see you at work. You command a room full of parents twice your size. You turn nonverbal kids into storytellers. You review footage at 9 p.m. because you care about getting it right. That's what I see, not your crow's feet. Her eyes filled. You're 28, and you're brilliant. So what? She stood. I have to go. Jason needs to be picked up. Natalie, goodbye, Jordan. She left. He sat there for 20 minutes, staring at the tea she'd barely touched. Still warm? He knocked. Can I come in? It's your exit interview, she said, without looking up. You're required to. He closed the door behind him. She finally looked up. Saw his expression. Don't, she said. I haven't said anything. You don't have to. She stood, crossed her arms. Jordan, you're a brilliant clinician. You have a future in this field. Your evaluation is stellar. You'll get into any grad program you want. Don't ruin it by… By what? By telling you I can't stop thinking about you? Yes. Exactly that. Too late. She closed her eyes. You're 28. You keep saying that like it's a shield. It should be, but it's not. Silence. Then, I'm your supervisor. This is a power imbalance. If anyone finds out, my practicum is over. He checked his watch. 17 minutes. Then you're not my supervisor anymore. That's not how it works. How does it work? She looked at him. He could see her wavering, see the want she'd been burying for 8 weeks. If we do this, she said quietly, it will be complicated. I know. I have a son. He comes first. Always. I know. Carol will never forgive me. She'll think I'm having a midlife crisis. Are you? She laughed. Bitter? Maybe. Or maybe I'm just tired of being alone. He stepped closer. She didn't move back. I don't have much to offer, he said. I'm in grad school. I'm broke. I live in a studio apartment with a Murphy bed. But I can offer this. I'm not going anywhere. Not because you're 46. Not because it's hard. Not ever. Her hand came up, touched his cheek. Her palm was warm now. Trembling. I'm so scared you'll leave me, she whispered. I'm scared you'll ask me to leave. She kissed him. Soft, tentative, like testing whether he'd break. He didn't. Jordan showed up at Natalie's apartment for the first time in daylight. Jason answered the door. 8 years old. Dark hair like his mother's. Glasses. A t-shirt with a T-Rex on it. You're Jordan, Jason said. I am. My mom's friend. Yes. Boyfriend? From the kitchen. Jason. Jason shrugged. I Googled you. You make videos. That's cool. Thanks. Do you like dinosaurs? I don't know much about them. That's okay. I can teach you. Come in. Natalie was cooking breakfast. Pancakes. The kitchen smelled like butter and vanilla. She was wearing jeans and a sweatshirt the first time he'd seen her in anything except professional attire. She looked younger and more tired. Sorry, she mouthed. Jason dragged Jordan to the living room, showed him his fossil collection, narrated the Jurassic period with the gravity of a museum curator. Survival isn't about being big, Jason explained, adjusting his glasses. It's about adapting. Jordan met Natalie's eyes across the room. She was smiling. After breakfast, Jason went to his room to read. Natalie and Jordan sat on the couch. He likes you, she said softly. I like him. That makes it worse. How? Because if this doesn't work, he'll be hurt too. Jordan took her hand. Then we make it work. You say that like it's simple. The decision is simple. The execution is hard. But worth it. She looked at him. Fear still there, but also something else. Hope. The first time they made love, Natalie kept the lights off. I don't, she stopped, started again. I'm not 28. I know. My body is different. Stretch marks. Scars from my C-section. Skin that doesn't snap back the way it used to. Jordan turned the lamp on. Soft light. What are you doing? She whispered, looking at you. She tried to cover herself. He caught her hands. Natalie, I want to see you. Why? Because you're beautiful, and I'm tired of you hiding. He traced the silver lines across her abdomen, stretch marks from carrying Jason. She flinched. Don't. Why not? Because they're ugly. They're not. He kissed one. Then another. They're proof you grew a whole human. That's not ugly. That's extraordinary. Her eyes filled. You're too young to understand? Understand what? That bodies change? That you're 46 and I'm 28 and our skin feels different and that doesn't matter? It should matter. But it doesn't. He kissed her shoulder. The small scar there from a childhood bike accident. Your body tells stories. I want to learn all of them. She cried then. Not from sadness, from relief. Afterwards, she traced patterns on his chest. You'll leave, she whispered, when you realize what you're missing. Young women who don't have stretch marks, who don't need reading glasses to see the menu, who don't fall asleep by 10 p.m. I don't want that. You say that now, I say that always. He tilted her chin up. I don't want easy. I don't want simple. I want you. Stretch marks and scars and reading glasses and all. She kissed him. I'm so scared you'll leave me. I'm scared you'll ask me to leave. Why would I ever? Because you don't believe you're worth staying for? She went still. But you are, he continued. You're brilliant and exhausted and scared and so fucking worth it. And I'll stay as long as you let me. Until you believe me. She pulled him close. Stay tonight? Tonight and every night. Carol cornered Jordan in the clinic parking lot 3 months later. Natalie was still inside, finishing notes. Jordan was loading equipment into his car. We need to talk, Carol said. Jordan straightened. Okay, what are you doing? Loading my car? You know what I mean. She stepped closer. Natalie is 46 years old. She has a career, a son, a reputation. You're a grad student who barely knows what he wants for dinner tomorrow. That's not fair. Fair? Carol laughed. You want to talk about fair? When she loses clients because parents find out she's dating someone young enough to be in their son's classroom? When the board investigates her for ethics violations because you were her intern? My practicum ended 4 months ago. You think that matters? You think that makes this okay? I think it's none of your business. I've watched her build this practice from nothing. I was there when her husband left. I was there every time Jason got sick and she had no backup. I'm not going to watch you destroy her. I'm not trying to destroy her. I'm trying to love her. Love. Carol shook her head. You're 28. You don't know what love costs? Then let me learn. At her expense? And when you get bored? When you want kids of your own? When you realize dating a woman with an 8-year-old son means you'll always come second? I won't. You don't know that, Carol's voice cracked. You can't promise that, and when you leave, It won't just be her you hurt. It'll be Jason too. She walked away. Her words echoed. Natalie found him still standing there. What's wrong? She asked. Carol, understanding, flashed in her eyes. What did she say? That I'm going to hurt you. And Jason. Natalie was quiet for a long moment. She's not wrong to worry, she finally said. I think I'm 46 and you're 28, and that gap doesn't just disappear because we want it to. I think I have a son who's starting to get attached to you. I think Carol's right that if this falls apart, the damage won't just be professional. Then we don't let it fall apart. How can you be so sure? Because I've never felt like this before. She looked at him. Neither have I. And that's what scares me. Asterisk, asterisk. To be continued in part 2. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. Continuation of part 1. Asterisk, asterisk. Jordan chaperoned Jason's second grade field trip to the Oregon Zoo. Natalie had a crisis at work, a nonverbal client finally speaking, needing emergency documentation. She called Jordan, voice tight with stress. I can't miss this session, but Jason's field trip, I'll go, he said. You don't have to, I want to. Silence. Then, quietly, thank you. Jason's class met at the zoo entrance. 15 kids, 3 parents, 1 teacher, and Jordan. The other parents noticed immediately. He heard whispers. That's Dr. Chen's boyfriend? He looks like a college kid. I heard he was her time's intern asterisk. That's inappropriate. Jordan smiled at them. Professional. Cold. Jason grabbed his hand. Come on. The elephants are this way. They spent 3 hours wandering exhibits. Jason narrated evolutionary history with the seriousness of a doctoral candidate. The other kids gravitated toward him, drawn to his enthusiasm. On the bus ride back, Jason fell asleep on Jordan's shoulder. The teacher, Mrs. Kim, sat across from him. He talks about you a lot, she said quietly. Yeah? Says you're teaching him how to make videos. That you're patient. That you listen. Jordan looked down at Jason. Small. Trusting. He's a good kid. He is. Mrs. Kim paused. His mom is lucky to have you. I'm the lucky one. Mrs. Kim smiled. I believe you. But Jordan saw the other parents watching, judging. That night, Natalie made dinner. Salmon, roasted vegetables, Jason's dinosaur nuggets. How was the trip? She asked. Good. Jason's teacher is nice. And the other parents? He hesitated. That bad? She asked. They stared, whispered. She set down her fork. I'm sorry, don't be. I knew what I was signing up for. Really looked. Because it's only going to get worse. Jason turned 9 in November. Natalie sent invitations to his entire class. 20 kids, 4 RSVPs, all no. She cried in the bathroom. Jordan held her. They're punishing him because of me, she whispered. We don't know that. Yes, we do. She pulled back. Carol's been talking. To the parent network. About us. About the age gap. About how I'm... Her voice broke. How I'm being selfish? You're not selfish. Aren't I? My son has no friends because his mother is dating a man young enough to be... She stopped. Say it. No. Say it. Natalie. Young enough to be his times. Older brother, asterisk. Her face crumpled. Jesus Christ. What am I doing? You're choosing happiness. At his expense. He's not unhappy. He has no friends. He has us. She stared at him. That's not enough. The words landed like a blow. They threw the party anyway. At the house. Just the 3 of them. Jordan made a cake. Chocolate. Jason's favorite. They played Jurassic Park on the TV. Jason wore a party hat and narrated inaccuracies. This is the best birthday ever, he declared. Natalie's eyes filled. But buddy? No friends. I don't need them. Jason shrugged. I have you guys. That's better. After he went to bed, Natalie and Jordan sat in the dark living room. He's lying, she said. Maybe. Or maybe he means it. Kids shouldn't have to choose between their mom's happiness and their own. He's not choosing. We are. For him. And if we're wrong? Jordan didn't have an answer. It happened in December. Jason came home from school with a black eye. Natalie lost it, called the principal, demanded answers. The principal, Dr. Matthews, was careful, clinical. There was an altercation, she said over the phone. Jason and another student. We've addressed it. Who hit my son? I can't disclose who. Hit my son. Pause. Marcus Huang. But Natalie, there's context. Context? Marcus's mother is friends with Carol Preston. And apparently, there's been talk about your personal life, about the age difference with your partner. Natalie's face went white. So they're bullying my son because I'm dating someone younger? I'm not saying that. That's exactly what you're saying. Dr. Matthews sighed. Natalie, you know how small these communities are. Parents talk, kids over here. I'm not condoning it. But what? But I should break up with Jordan to protect my son's social life? I didn't say that. You didn't have to. She hung up. Jason refused to talk about it. Sat in his room, door closed, reading about trilobites. Jordan tried. Hey, buddy, want to talk? No. You sure? Because I said no. Jason's voice cracked. Just leave me alone. Jordan backed out. Closed the door. Found Natalie in the kitchen, staring at nothing. He won't talk to me, she said. Give him time. Time? She laughed. Bitter. That's your solution? Time? My son just got punched in the face because I'm dating you. That's not my fault. Isn't it? She turned, eyes blazing. If you weren't here, he'd be fine. Carol wouldn't be sabotaging me. The parents wouldn't be judging. He'd have friends. You don't believe that, don't I? Her voice rose. I'm 46 years old, Jordan. I have a child, a career, a reputation, and I'm throwing it all away for what? For you? For someone who will probably leave in 2 years when he realizes dating a middle-aged woman with an 8-year-old son isn't as romantic as he thought? I'm not leaving. You keep saying that. But how do you know? How can you possibly know? Because I love you. Silence. The words hung between them. Raw. True. Natalie's face crumpled. I can't do this, she whispered. Natalie, I can't. I can't watch my son suffer because I wanted to be happy. I can't lose my best friend. I can't risk my career. I can't, she choked on a sob. I need you to leave. The room tilted. What? Leave. Please. Just leave. You don't mean that. Yes, I do. She wasn't looking at him. This was a mistake. Carol was right. You're 28. You don't understand what you're asking me to risk. And I won't sacrifice my son for this. For times us asterisk. There is no us. Her voice was flat. Dead. There's a 46-year-old woman who made a stupid, selfish choice, and now she's fixing it. Natalie, get out. Please, get out. He left. Jordan didn't call, didn't text, gave her space. On day 3, Jason showed up at his apartment. Jordan opened the door, heart stuttering. Does your mom know you're here? I told her I was going to the library. Jason, I needed to talk to you. The kid stood there, small and serious, glasses slightly crooked. Mom's been crying. A lot. She thinks I don't notice, but I do. I'm sorry. Why? You didn't make her cry. She did that herself. Jordan blinked. What? She's scared. Jason stepped inside, uninvited. Sat on Jordan's couch like he owned it. She thinks you're going to leave. Like my dad did. So she's leaving first. To protect herself. And me. How do you know that? Because I'm not stupid. Jason adjusted his glasses. I'm 8, not dumb. I hear things. I know she's scared. But you know what's scarier than you leaving? What? Her asking you to. And you actually going. Jordan's throat closed. I told her, Jason continued, that I don't care what the other kids say, that I like you, that you make her happy. But she said it's more complicated than that. It is. No, it's not. Jason's voice was firm. Matter of fact. You like her. She likes you. I like dinosaurs. What's complicated? Jordan laughed despite everything. You're too smart for 8. I know. Jason stood. Will you come to dinner? Tonight? Please? Jordan showed up at 6. Natalie opened the door, eyes red-rimmed, Hair messy. Beautiful. Jason said, I know. She stepped aside. He ambushed me too. Inside, Jason was setting the table. 3 plates. Dinosaur-shaped pasta in a bowl. I made dinner, he announced. It's thematically appropriate. They ate. Jason narrated Triceratops facts. Natalie and Jordan exchanged glances, tentative, aching. After Jason went to bed, they sat on the couch, not touching, miles of space between them. I'm sorry, she said. For what? For asking you to leave. For blaming you. For everything. You were protecting your son. Was I? She turned to him. Or was I protecting myself? From the risk of loving you and losing you? You won't lose me? How can you promise that? I can't promise easy. But I can promise I'll stay, even when it's hard. Even when Jason gets bullied. Even when Carol turns your entire network against you. Even when parents whisper, I'll stay, she cried then, ugly crying into his shoulder. I'm so scared you'll leave me, she whispered. I'm scared you'll ask me to leave, he whispered back. But I'm more scared of what my life looks like without you. And without him. She pulled back, looked at him. What does it look like? With us? Hard? Messy? Judgmental stares at school functions? Carol, never forgiving you. Jason having fewer friends than he should. Me working double shifts to help with expenses. You doubting yourself at 3 a.m.? Us fighting about whether this is worth it. That's bleak. Yeah, he cupped her face, but also, Jason teaching me about fossils. You falling asleep on my shoulder during movies. Birthday parties with just the 3 of us that are still perfect. Building something real, something ours. Something worth protecting, she kissed him. Salt and promises and fear. Okay, she whispered. Okay? Stay. Please stay. Always. Carol didn't come back. She cut Natalie off completely, blocked her number, told the parent network that Natalie was making poor choices and prioritizing her love life over her child. 4 more clients canceled. Natalie lost 30% of her income. She cried in the bathroom when she thought Jordan couldn't hear. But they made it work. Jordan got a part-time job filming weddings, contributed to rent, helped with groceries. Jason made 3 friends outcasts like him. Kids who liked science and books more than sports. They formed a paleontology club that met weekly in Natalie's living room. Best club ever, Jason declared. Jordan moved in officially. They didn't make it a big thing. Just, one day his stuff was there. His camera equipment in the corner. Jason helped pick out sheets for their bed. Stars, he insisted, like dinosaurs looked up at. The first night, Natalie lay in Jordan's arms. I'm 47 now, she said. You're 29. Still 18 years. Still don't care. People will always judge. Let them. Carol will never forgive me. I know. Jason will always have fewer friends because of this. Maybe. Or maybe he'll have better ones. She was quiet for a long time. I'm so scared you'll leave me, she finally whispered. I'm scared you'll ask me to leave. It had become their ritual. Their truth. But you're still here, she said. Still here. Because what we have is worth every judgmental stare, every lost client, every 3 a.m. doubt. She curled into him. Even when it's hard? Especially then. Outside, Portland rain tapped the windows. Inside, they were warm, complicated, judged, scarred. But theirs. Natalie took Jordan back to the clinic. Not as an intern this time, as her partner. Officially. Some parents still whispered, some still pulled their kids from her practice. But others stayed. New ones came. Ones who didn't care about age gaps. Who cared about results. Her practice stabilized. Not what it was before, but enough. Jason turned 10. Had a party. 6 kids showed up. 6 is better than 4, he said pragmatically. Carol sent a card. No return address. Inside, 1 line. Asterisk. I still think you're making a mistake, but he stayed longer than I thought he would. C times. Natalie stared at it for a long time. Not an apology, Jordan said. No, but it's something. She threw the card away. Asterisk. Asterisk. Present day. 3 years. Asterisk. Asterisk. They're lying in bed. Jason's asleep down the hall, his dinosaur nightlight glowing under the door. I'm so scared you'll leave me, she whispers. I'm scared you'll ask me to leave, he whispers back. But you're still here. Still here. You're 31 now. I'm 49. Still 18 years. Still don't care. She traces patterns on his chest. We didn't get a fairy tale. No. Carol never forgave me. I lost clients. Jason was bullied. You had to work double shifts. We fought about money, about whether this was worth it. And we're still here. She looks up at him. Scarred, but here. She thinks about it. Really thinks. Yeah, she finally says. Yeah, it is. Outside, Portland rain taps the windows. Inside, they're warm. Not perfect, not easy, not judged kindly by the world, but real, messy, survived, theirs, and